Welcome, I am Payne. Welcome to the Painful Life, and I'm starting a new series or playlist or something like that for holiday cards. And to get it started, since Valentine's is right around the corner, I thought we'd go and do some Valentine's cards with whatever you have available. You don't need to go out and buy fancy stuff for it. Just look around your house, see what type of papers here. I got a lot of sketchbook papers that I just cut up that I got for Christmas, and these are not the thickest ones. If you have cardstock, it's probably the best thing to do, but if you don't, just layer them up. Give you some extra, do some extra fun stuff on the back as the main card. This one I probably should have done the other direction like this instead of long ways, but I didn't think that until after I already got the envelopes, because I got the envelopes and I just kind of measured to about how big I wanted it and then cut it without thinking, do I want it to be opening up this way or this way? And I probably should have done the other way. So, something to remember. But yeah, use what you have. Don't go out and buy fancy stuff if you're absolutely out of everything, and then, go start looking around for some cheap ideas. You can go to the dollar store and get some paper from them. You can go to the your Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever type of craft store you have. A lot of times near the holidays, they'll have a lot of discounts going on with some of their paper goods and other things that you can make cards with. And so you can get you a couple of them, cut them up. Some of the big papers, this one's a whole stack, but like the big papers and stuff that are just singles, they're like 60 cents or even less depending on the size, and you can get all different kinds, to really fancy ones to the smaller ones, and then whatever scrap you have left over, kind of collect it and then make a scrapbook type of card one of the days and just make a collage. But there are all different types of things you can do and use. Now these are just the card themselves, just the blank piece of paper, and then I also got another piece of card that's going to be slightly smaller, so I can actually do most of the drawing and the ink. That I'm going to have I have water paints, I have pencils, I have pastel stuff that I got from Christmas, I have stickers, I got washi, I got all kinds of stuff that I can use. I got pencils, markers, whatever you have at your house, use it. You don't need to go out and buy a lot of stuff. I have been gradually collecting stuff over the last couple of years with the idea of doing things, and I finally started, I'm like, I'm not going to do any of this craft stuff if I don't have some goal in mind. And doing a YouTube channel forces me to actually use this stuff, so I'm not just collecting, I'm actually using some of the stuff, because you'll collect it and you're like, ooh, I could use it, but then it's going to be gone, and I'll never find it. Who cares? Go get some more stuff. That's what we do. Or make your own stuff, I've always wanted to learn how to make paper. One of these days, maybe I'll make some paper out of some of my old leftover scrap paper that I have. Maybe just, because I think all you do is like you soak it till it's almost just like gunk, and then you put over a wire mesh. You can probably just go to your local hardware store and buy you a screen and use that to make your own cards. Now I'm going sidetracks. See, my squirrel brain is already in the process. So, if you're going to enjoy, let's go in it. So, let's go make some cards and have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like to see where this squirrel train will lead you. Because trust me, I don't know, half the time I have these great ideas, and then half the time I forget to get started on them, or they're just too much and I give up, or then like, this last week, I wouldn't mind doing some cards, some Valentine cards or something. I could do that, make some really good content and stuff just to get my channel going, and then I procrastinate. And now it's 2 days before February, and I'm like, I need to at least get 2 videos up. And of course, the editing system we shall not name decided to get banned, and so I had to go and learn a whole new editing system, so that took a while. I had 2 videos. I have like 6 or 7 videos in my computer ready to get edited, and 2 of them took me 2 tries and like 5 hours till I kind of figured out what the heck I was doing and why it was taking me so long and how to do some shortcuts and stuff, and now hopefully I can get some of these other videos up and uploaded. So if you see this come, I think Saturday sometime, it might come out a little bit late since I have a whole lot of videos. I'm going to try to do this one next. Hopefully you don't mess it up and have to do it 2 or 3 times, because I am a noob when it comes to anything YouTube and editing and figuring stuff out. It usually takes me 5 or 6 hours to figure out something that's really simple, and then after I figure it out, I'm like, why did I procrastinate? Why did I procrastinate? Words are easy. Seriously. Let's get started, because I'm just going to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. What I have. Now this is just stuff I have that I thought might go good with some of these cards. I got these at Christmas, so basically most of this stuff cost me nothing. If it did, I love to do budget shopping and stuff, and I've been going on Facebook and looking for quills and other type of stuff for my ink things. I'll do a little video on that. And then how to get started doing insert craft thing on a budget type of thing, and mine will be craft. I could do multiple ones depending on what type of craft you're doing. But yeah, I went on Facebook, found some stuff I found for there. I found some pencils I'm probably going to go get tomorrow because it's paydays tomorrow, so I have a little money and I have a small amount of budget I allow myself for crafts a month. I allow myself for crafty stuff each month, and to kind of build up what I need to start a crafting enterprise. You know, like bins. These are only the bins I have right here that the cat likes to sit on. So it's hard to fill up these plastic bins. Where am I pointing? I don't know. These things, because the cat's always on them. And then I have this cupboard is like the only storage I have, and they're not the best storage for doing what I want to do. I don't mind doing some one out in the hallway, and maybe have my dad and Chris and me build a crafter heaven with kitty cat holes so they can go up through certain parts of it, so they can get up high, and then on the bottom, instead of having the storage where you just put stuff to forget about, I'll probably have some tunnels for my rabbit, because you hardly ever use the bottom of any of these storage containers. Like if you have like a cupboard or specifically things, the ones on the bottoms is stuff you don't want to deal with, and always ends up being full of just scrap stuff. So something down the line. Anyways, 7 minutes in and I rambled and talked about absolutely nothing. I have some pastels. These ones are some really nice colors. I love these ones. They're actually kind of remind me of the Ace flag, which I am, so perfect for me. And then we have some oil pastels and some, I guess these are soft pastel. I always say that wrong. Pastels. Yeah, they're not postals. I've been playing around with them. I just barely started playing around with these ones and trying to figure out what works, what doesn't, how you can layer them, if you can layer them with certain things, you know, with ink or what type of markers work well to outline or stuff like that, and getting a fixative so you can actually spray it so it'll stay where it needs to be. And also have this is my one sad palette of watercolors. They're very pretty, and I did some work in some of my my journals. So I'm gonna probably do a journal review once I'm almost done with 2 of them, so I might just do 2 of them once I'm fully done. But they're really pretty, but I'm gonna have to go look on Facebook and see if anybody has some, you know, someone's mom, they have to declutter and they have like palettes of some more expensive watercolor, or even just the cheapy ones, just so I can play around with them, figure it out. But yeah, these are like glittery. They're really pretty, and they have some really nice colors in it. And I've actually enjoyed these. They're small enough. I'll actually take them with my little sketchbook, and I have like one tiny little paintbrush in it. That's like something for like paint by numbers type of paintbrush. And I'll actually take that. I have a little fanny pack with pens and pencils and calligraphy marker type of things. And I'll just go to Starbucks and I'll ask for an extra cup of, hey, can you give me one of those little espresso type of cups and stuff with water, and I'll just do some watercolor or ink drawings or pencil drawings. It's very relaxing. So if you have to wait for someone and you're just going to Starbucks, take a little, get yourself a little artist pack of just some sketching and some sketch paper, some pencils, these little tiny palettes that you can work with that just doesn't take up a lot of space. All you really need is a little cup of water and maybe a tissue paper, or you can use your finger. And you can just go wild. Well, not too wild, because you have to clean up your mess afterwards, so don't mess up Starbucks. Or Beans and Brew, or whatever you might be doing. I got some butterflies. I figure they make some nice little accents. But I've had these forever, because I'm like, I'm going to use these in something. And I've had these since last spring, and I still haven't used it. They're still, I think I've used tree stickers. So and hopefully I can use some of these with the next ones. I have a little stencil pack that has some just, you know, stencil thingies. You never know. I have this Party Time sticker book. I did this because it has some really kind of springy, pastel-y type of style colors that I can kind of add here or there to some of the stickers, either to the little gap that you have on the paper. It's kind of hard to see with the two ones, but you have the little gap around the stuff. And I can always put some little stickers on there or on the paper if it does. It also has some really cool washi that I've been wanting to use, but they're a little bit too thick. So I can actually use them on as a border for some of these going around the bottom and the top as a border. So you have some little bit of color on the front and bottom. I also have some washi, some Valentine's, a couple of Valentine's ones that I can use as, you know, little extra accents and stuff, or just to tape the stuff up, really. I also have some gold and other types of washi that I might just kind of use, like this, some of the pretty golds kind that I can use as accents. And if I do kind of like a watercolor wash type of thing, it just has colors, you can always add some of the different lines and maybe even some washi, or just use it to outline your thing. Hello, Jax. If you hear it, cat's drinking. I also have some multicolor books. I got this at a garage sale last year for like $2 or $1 or so. It was just, you know, it was the end of the garage sale. They wanted to get rid of it, so they pretty much, it's like whatever you got, give me something for it. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I can always, these are very colors that I usually wouldn't use, but for a Valentine's card, that make a great background or something like that, and or even cutting some of that stuff and just making a collage of different types of color. Make some hearts out of some of these ones and put on there. So there's all different types of things you can do. And then I have all the other, I forgot to grab my color. I have some colored pencils. I got some actually these are dry erase markers. I got some gold markers. I got some of the little thin, little tip ones for really tight ones, very thin line ones. I got some jelly pens. Some of these are pretty good. Some of them are almost out of ink. I also got my Quill, and I've got some black ink, some teal, and purple. Dark purple is really nice. Those all the inks I have so far in my collection. I'm just gradually adding them in as I need them, or as I'm starting to run out, or if I have a project that I want a specific color, that's the only time I'm going to buy them, because I'm going to try not to go overboard. I got a pencil and an extender, and I have one of my, this was originally like this length, but I needed something that would fit in my little to-go bag, and so I just cut one in half at 6 inches. So, you know, got me a small one, a medium one, and a big one. So I got rulers, I got cutters, I'm all good to go. All right, you don't need to know what else I have. Let's just get started, because like I said, I can ramble forever. I've already been rambling for 15 minutes. Let's make our first one. I don't need to do this. I can actually do a pastel one, or I haven't done a watercolor one. I don't know how well watercolor will do with these, because they're very thin. But why not? Let's give it a try, see if it works. Anyways, so I'm going to need water. I am going to need ink. I'm going to need a pencil. Pencil. Got a pencil. I'm going to do some black ink and use my Quill. I haven't actually used that one on here before either, so we'll do that. And I probably want something to write on. I'm just going to use one of these. And let's tape this thing down so it don't really move all over the place. I probably want to tape a couple of these things down. I'm probably going to cut this part out and just go straight to the next shot. So next time you see me, maybe we'll be set up and ready to go. So let's get set up. Okay, what you're going to need for this is well, I'm using ink, but a pencil to do your drawing. I'm using some sort of ink, but you can use just plain old fountain pen or a felt pen. We also have well, this isn't white, but you can get like a deco pen and like whatever. This is silver actually, but any type of color you want to use. You can do red, black, red. You can do marker. You can do pencil. You can do a fountain pen. Dude, I'm recording. My cats are growling at each other because Jax is in Jinx's spot. You can even use glitter or whatever. You know, if you have some glitter standing around, it might be a little more difficult to use, but you could do whatever you want. Now this is called Tangled Hearts. Excuse me the noise. I am in a corner room and there are cars passing everywhere, and I don't have the money yet for a mic. That's my next thing I'm gonna invest in, is a mic and a storage device thingy bobber for my computer, whatever the heck it's called. Anyways, this is what we are making. This is, I call it the Tangled Hearts. It's kind of like a Zen Tangle type of thing. You can look up Zen Tangle. They have all kinds of cool things, but this is one of the, it's very, very easy to make, even though it looks really, really complicated. It's very complicated. I'm just going to do 2 hearts since I'm doing a smaller one, but I do 3 on here as well. And when you get started, it's simple. Just start out with doing your hearts. I could probably do 3 hearts. I don't know. We'll see. And do very light. Now, I might do a little bit darker because, well, I want this to be seen. And I'll be using ink anyways. Make sure you have an eraser for after you do it. So you can do your hearts in any type of style, any type of angle. I wanted to do a skinny one, a big one, whichever type of style you want. I'm going to be watercoloring, so I want to make sure I have the inside. I don't want to get it muddy. But I will be retracing this with ink. I'm not sure how the watercolor will do with the ink, but I guess we're going to find out. Because like I said, I'm very prepared. I guess I will do a 3rd heart. Do a big one. This is like if you've had a relationship and things gone wrong. Or you're in a trouble, like my niece. I might give this to her. She's poly, so she has a boyfriend and a girlfriend. That's too complicated for me. Anywho, then you just start making lines. And I would advise, since you're going to be going through the hearts, avoid anywhere that has like a point, because then you're going to be filling it in. You'll see what I mean. It makes it too complicated. So kind of go through the meat of the heart, and you're just making lines. And you don't have to have it just one. But I usually would. That might be too many hearts. Try to keep them rounded. There might be too many lines. Like I said, I don't want to go through there, so I might adjust it a little bit. This is the time to do the adjusting. But I do want some of this going through. So I do want some of it, but I also want to keep it to a curve. You don't have to don't overthink it like I am. But that is how you start it. It's very, very simple. And you might want to have some of these hearts connecting to some of these tangled hearts to make it look like they're part of it. And that's all you really need to do. There you go. No, and now we just follow the lines, and anywhere that there is a connecting point, you want to make them round. And so all of these little sections be rounded over, so it'll look, as you can see on this, you can see all the points here, they get rounded over. And anywhere that I mess up, I make a loop. Because I kept screwing up when I first, excuse my language, I kept messing up when I first started, and so anywhere that kind of I wasn't paying attention and traveled off a little bit, I just looped it around. And by the time I was done, I'm like going, that actually looks really cool. It looks like like a wire is starting to break or fray, like these hearts are trying to escape, and it's starting to break the wire. So that's why I say tangled hearts. You know, I taped this down because I don't want it going all over the place. And two, I noticed last time I wanted something with a slightly different background because when you're editing or you're filming, you kind of learn these things. This table is way too white, and sometimes it kind of bleeds out the whatever you're doing, especially if it's on white. Now, if this is a black, you could probably do this on black and just do it with a white thing, or you can even do it with watercolor. I'm going to mix this up a little bit. And this is kind of a good thing because I have a tendency to drip because I'm just learning how to do these. And so those drips or those little extra thick lines would be the accident parts, and that's where you'd make a flourish. And I have not done this one. I've been doing it with the markers, so I have not actually done it with an ink, and so this will be a little bit more difficult because one, it smears, and I'll probably end up having to go to work. See, there's a little boop, but I can actually turn that into this one, so it's not too bad of a mistake. So, like, just embrace your mistakes. And remember, you're going to be erasing some of this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And there's a little bit of a drip. You can always... That one I can actually kind of connect to this one and use that as an ink block. That's the one thing with these inks. I'm still kind of learning how much to put on them and how much pressure to put on it. And since this one has a lot of, it will open up, and so you can get thicker marks and thinner marks, and well, that didn't work at all. So make your mistakes look like part of it. This is actually very relaxing. I will most definitely be speeding this up. But see, that's basically what you're doing, is you're taking these areas, you're filling it in. And this is actually kind of a perfect trial for me for these ink quills, because I want to learn how to do artwork with these. Oh, that's a big old mistake. All right. Anywho, I think I need more oil. More oil. And it will go here. That will go over. That will over here. And just kind of bring that oil in here. The oil. What do I keep calling oil? Ink. All right. I'm going to put this on hyper mode. And then I'm just going to enjoy this. I will put some music to it. And then I'll get back to you when I get to the hearts. They'll probably be after it dries when I get back from work. Okay, we got this thing pretty much done. I did a water test to see if I could use a watercolor, and yeah, that's pretty much a nope. Where's my white pen? This is chalk marker, actually. I'll just lighten it up. I think I got a white marker in there somewhere, a white. Some deco. So let's see if this is, yeah, this is a little better. The other one just kind of soaks in. Still not the best, but hey, it will do. All right. And where are the hearts? Okay, there's one heart with a heart in it. And where's the other? There's another heart. And the other heart is, see, once you get these things done and you walk away for a while and you come back, it's like, where's the heart? I know I did 3 hearts. It's like a block test. What can you see? I see a Batman. And I see a snail. I see an alien. I see a heart with a butt on it. This looks like it should be a heart right here. No. I lost the heart. Maybe I'll do the Snell. So slow hearts tangle. I don't know. I want to say that there should be a heart right here. Like I think I forgot to do draw a line. I think I erased a line or something. I'll probably, when I'm recording this, I'm probably gonna see it, or when I'm editing this. So I guess we'll just do 2 hearts. Where's the heart? It's bugging me now. I swear this should be a heart right here. Screw it, it's gonna be heart. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I washed it, didn't I? I'm gonna make it a heart. Hopefully by the time it will dry. I thought I had the bottom part as a heart. Well, it is a heart now. It's a really lumpy heart. There, it's a lopsided heart. I know there's probably a heart in it, so I'm gonna go and kind of connect those and round over the edges a little bit. Just make sure I don't lose this heart after I've already drawn it. As famous Bob Ross said, nothing but happy accidents. Look at that happy little heart. Very lopsided heart. I want to kind of do that, but sometimes your hearts are lopsided. So, so hopefully that will dry. Now ooh, yuck. Oh. My ink just farted. I love working with ink, but at the same time I don't like working with ink. It's fun and it's very, very messy. But it is water soluble. As long as it's not on your fingers, that is. Now, like I said, I was going to do watercolor on this, but that was a big nope. So I'm going to do pastel. I'm going to use this one. This is just, I think this was like a clearance item. $5 my sister got for me for Christmas. Just to play around with and kind of get the feel of how to do it until I can invest in something more expensive down the line. Oh, I'm just making a mess. And then these are really nice. I have another some sets, but I'm going to be doing a reveal one, but I want to at least get one used, so that's going to be the one that's used. And I've got rabbits rattling the cages. I've got, not cages, the baby gates and cats playing, so if you hear noises, it's late night. And my cat's drinking water now, so we're going to have a slurp, 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 slurp. All right, let's get going. I'm going to do these red ones, kind of like this. You can do different colors. I have some other ones that I used these colors on, and it looked really, really pretty. But since it's Valentine's, let's do some... Leave that alone, Holly. Get these done first. Let's do some... When you're like kind of like crayon, you kind of want to start light, and these will kind of... like I said, I haven't used these with the ink. I used it with a different marker last time. But they do blend. That's why I have some Q-tips and some cotton swabs. You can also use paper, or you can use your finger, but since this is kind of small, I figured I'd use something a little smaller. So let's just get the color on here. And I'm going to try to avoid the... What are you doing, Jinx? I think she's going to attack her brother. Oh, yep. She's wiggling her butt. She's going to get... Oh, she's going to get him. Brother's eating catnip. Wiggle, get him! Rah, she got him. All right. Sorry, squirrel! I think I'm going to do the heart like darker from the beginning, or maybe even a different color. Maybe I'll do it like an orangish, something that's kind of complementary. God, my words are not wording. I never do word really. Something that's complementary to like pinks and reds and stuff, and usually oranges and yellows are. Kind of smear it around a little bit. Might go over the top with some more ink on it afterward, but make sure if you have a fixative, I have a fixative for this afterward because it will smear if you use pastels. The joys of pastels. Sometimes you can just, I can just go Get some chalk on there if you don't want to get your fingers all, especially since this is kind of a smaller area. If you have just a normal picture or just a full-on area that you're actually doing, like this one, I'll probably put this one on it. But all the different colors, I just kind of used the chalk. It just went back and forth, and then afterwards just took some paper and smeared it, and that's what I'm going to put this on. So I want to have these kind of match those colors. Maybe I'll do that. Where's the heart? Oh, that heart, the same heart as this one. So they're kind of different, but not. And then kind of like you do with crayons, if you want to have it kind of a blend and make it 3D, just kind of get the edges a little bit and have one side lighter than the other. And well, since all the, I guess the light's coming this way, so this will be the light side, and this side will be the darker side. I might be doing this completely wrong because, like I said, I don't really know much about pastels, but I can pretend that I do. And this is how you find out what needs to be changed and what works, what doesn't, is by playing around with what you have. Don't be afraid to try anything new because, hey, I'm gonna mess up. It's like, hey, that's the freaking point, because you don't know what the heck you're doing, so play. You might find a technique that's, they don't use much, but it works really good for you, and maybe down the line you say, hey, this is not working, and then you go, hey, YouTube, how to. And then you do how-tos. Gonna get some more. Kind of brush it in a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this kind of light. Do I have any really dark ones? I don't know. I'll probably outline it with some of the wax ones. I might add a little bit of orange or even yellow on this side. Let's see. So I do that sometimes with. That's a pencil. That's not a cat toy. Jinx. Oh my god. I gotta get cat TV in here. When they get playful, they're hilarious. I just hear noise. And the cat has grabbed one of my little pencils and is throwing it around. I have an eraser that actually works really good on this. I'll have to get it when I get to that point. I think it's in the living room. I forget it so I don't forget. Hold on, I'll be back. Pencil. I'll get the pencil. Erase your butt. I've got this over, I think, Hobby Lobby. It's an eraser and it's powered, and it actually works on pencils and this stuff pretty well. It'll erase around it without actually. So we'll get all the smudges off. I was like, ew, I messed up really bad. How did I do it? Because it's just gonna smudge more. That works. It actually works on. I want to keep swiping it, but don't do that. It actually works on pencil as well. Gotcha. Got the cat. All right, let's get some yellow. Let's see how that works. Get a little bit of that side. I'm gonna do it on the lighter side and see if that maybe just a little bit. You can always use complementary colors as lighteners or darkeners. Let's get this heart nice and bright and yellow. I'll put some orange in there as well and just kind of do it in reverse. And this one is it. Okay. And this one I'm gonna do yellow. My cat has got the zoomies. I'm gonna expect her up on the table here soon, knocking stuff over everywhere. Okay. And let's see, get some orange. And let's do some orange. Like I said, these are kind of cheaper, so they might be a little harder to layer than some of the other ones. Very crumbly. But it looks very pleasant. And I will probably... Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Let's get the darker one here. Most of this, a little bit on the side. Probably put a little bit of red in here to make it darker as the shadow. Let's go in here. Fun. Alright, display. Display. I'm sure there's going to be people out there going, you're not supposed to do it that way. And I shouldn't have put that in that area. Or else they'll be going, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get something really dark. I can always use some crayon on it. That's orange, that's not red. But I'm going to try some of these oil pastels on the very outline. I don't know how well they will blend, but I can at least get some darker colors. Kind of using like crayon. Yeah, that's my experiment. Now this one I probably will use orange on. Yeah, these almost feel like crayon. Let's see, will these blend? Well, they do blend. They almost look like a not a watercolor, well, almost like a watercolor, like a crayon, but it's like one of the pastel ones. Not the pastels. What's the other ones that's really buttery? But this gives it some nice darker shades, and it blends into the light ones really nicely, giving it some nice shadow to kind of give it a little 3D look going. How do you like that noise? My cats don't like it. Let's put a little bit of red just on the edge. Just a little bit of red. I don't know which side is red. And very lightly blended in. You could probably do it even darker. It's a good complement to red or orange. What's the opposite of the blue? Is a blue. Let's see. Dark blue is a very dark shadow. Maybe. We'll see if it works or not. A lot of times from what they say, the opposite of whatever the color is usually a good complementary color for it. We'll see if that kind of shades in. It'll give it more shadow without actually having to use black. Actually, that looks really cool. Kind of gives it a... And now, if it's too dark for you, you can always go back over with a little bit of... Hello? Yeah? A little bit of yellow. Or even orange. I think I'm doing too much now. I need to let it be while it looks good. Need to let it be, let it be. Let it be, oh let it be. If your painting's looking good enough, don't touch the freaking thing. Okay, this thing doesn't work as well on the wax ones, but the other ones in pencil it does. I can always come back with a little bit of white. Alright, where? I just had it. It's probably straight. Oh, yeah, it's right in front of me. Okay, red. Opposite of red is green. Here's a dark green. See if that works on shadow. Like I said, I'm just playing around with this stuff. And then I'm going to give this away to someone, some lucky someone out there, either a family member or hey, maybe even I'll see if anybody out there has a mailing address and I'll send these lovely works of art to you guys. I might come back over later, a little bit later, with some more ink. But I'll take that off, do that off the screen. It actually looks decent enough. Like I said, I'm still kind of figuring some of this out. And you can do full-on pencils. You can just do one full-on color. You don't need to do any blending. But since I'm experimenting and doing this here, you can kind of see by my mistakes or what you can improve on. I might just have too much stuff on there, maybe. Don't smear it too much. And where's my white?